John.
Sam, how are you?
Where's my Apple Watch, John?
You know what? I just realized I have an appointment, and I'll
Oh,
probably.
really? With the watch? I
Yeah.
didn't see a watch on your wrist.
No.
When you did that little bit.
No.
Yeah.
I remembered. That I got to go.
Yeah. To find the watch that you promised the entire world.
No, it's doctor's appointment. My brain. Yeah,
John.
doctor said, actually, I should tell you this. I should have told you this before the show, because, you and I talked before we record. I should have told you then. I didn't want to talk about this publicly, but my doctor said that my brain has had a lapse, and anything that I've say for the past 6 months may have just been a figment of my imagination. That because I'm not all there currently, and so it's medical. And so they really just said, give me a break and just, write off any wrongs that I've had in the past, I don't know, say a couple days. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here, let me just go over to Apple Track and we've got a medical
yes.
Clearance
yes.
on all of these.
Please do.
I'll have a new color. The new color will be purple.
Yes.
And it's for what your face is going to be after I'm done choking you because I'm so upset.
Yes. Okay.
That's what the color will mean.
Okay.
John,
so,
how are you, buddy? Happy Apple event season. It's a big time for everybody on Earth. And
did you see it? You saw the event?
I happened to tune in.
You did see it.
I did.
So you probably saw, the new watch.
That was one of just a few things that they talked about.
You might have noticed that it was, what did Gurman say? Slightly curvier than expected?
It was. It did have larger bezels and a new laminated screen, as Gurman reported.
It did not, though.
Did not. Yeah, it did. It has a new screen. That's why it was delayed.
But it's not laminated.
It's not?
Okay. Okay, so it's not. I didn't have a fucking lapse. Okay, I'm gonna defend my honor.
John,
that's what's happening.
John, you got.
Okay, hang on. We'll talk about the watch. I have a great defense. We're gonna talk about the watch. Okay.
Okay.
But we should start from the beginning of the event.
Okay.
The event happened, everyone. So this is our reaction. It was shocking. It was a shocking event all around. Were you pleasantly surprised, or were you the opposite of pleasantly surprised?
As I left I think the most popular comment on Marquez's recent video, the drone shots
Did you
were
just
more
flex
impressive
about being a top comment on Marquez's video?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, well, he made a video about me and said that he doesn't care. So
yeah. Marquez kind of had a pessimistic view on leaks in that video. I wasn't the biggest fan of his take.
I like how the example that he brought up for a leak of John Prosser's that he doesn't care about was an embargo one that he would know exactly if I was right or wrong and see it and just go, and of course he can't care about that. Of course not. I did one today.
Dude.
I put out an embargo one today and then replied to myself with the video of him saying he doesn't care about embargo leaks. Yep.
Okay, so the event let's just jump on in. Everybody, there's an Apple event.
We're going to talk a lot about the watch. Don't you worry.
Yeah,
let's go in order.
So they start off with Apple TV. We didn't need that.
I thought when they started with Apple TV, I thought, you know what? Maybe we're going to get that stupid little Apple TV stick. But that wasn't it at all. They're just like, we have shows coming in the fall.
Then we get the iPad.
Dollar Tree version.
Yes.
Regular iPad.
Just like the old iPad, but faster.
They called it their most popular iPad. That's probably true, right?
Oh, that's the cheapest for sure. I mean, that's the one that I would recommend to like anybody who wants to buy, because nobody cares if the screen's laminated and has the fast, like people are using an iPad to check emails and you don't need anything but the base iPad for that. So there's that. I mean, I'm sure you have no interest in that, right?
Of course not. But
same.
Interesting. So the Apple Watch stuff, with that, I ate absolute shit during the event. This is not me talking shit, but Gurman also ate absolute shit all day yesterday. I mean, he won't say it, but he said that there's another event with Mac and iPads. He said the iPads were the next event. He said there were no iPads in this event. Also, he said the iPad 9 would be redesigned.
That is true.
It wasn't. So right off the bat, they shit on Gurman.
Yeah.
And so I was shocked by that because, like, I saw it. And, I mean, when Gurman said something, it's just like, especially, I mean, he's had misses, like, before. But I would say recently, probably because of how careful he has been, when he says something, you're like, okay, yeah, that's probably true. Like, he didn't call it iPhone. He's so careful. He didn't call it iPhone 13 or anything until Sunday.
Yeah.
In his newsletter, 2 days before the event. And so by the time he says something, you're like, all right, that's probably true. And so when the iPad showed up, I was like, okay, yeah, that looks different. And then I looked again, I was like, wait, that's not different. Like, in my head, I was convinced that it looked different just because Gurman said, I was looking right at it. And I'm like, yeah, sure, that looks different. It's not different, though. Like, the redesign didn't happen. The iPad both showed up at the event. And something you called, by the way, and Lucas Mianis.
Dude, I was like, man, I should have made a bigger deal about that. But I was just so
the
not
colors
confident.
didn't show up, though.
No.
It showed up in basically the colors that Ian and I leaked.
Well, no, it comes in purple and a different color.
Oh yeah, they're like
it comes in 4 colors. So there were actually colors. I technically would have been right.
What was it? Like I thought it was blue for some reason. I thought it was a blue.
I think no, it's actually purple, but it looks blue and light. I actually just found this out. I published a video like 10 minutes before recording. So yeah, the iPad Mini comes in space gray, pink, purple, and starlight, which is like a goldish.
The names this year. Okay.
Yeah, they're all over the place. But yeah, so yeah, it does come in colors, dude. Like
I think for our leak we put gold, black, and silver.
Yes. So you guys got
3 out of 4. Also the key points of the USB-C bezel-less all screen as they called it, smart connector, Touch ID in the power button.
Yeah, but John, you had a pretty big miss. In your renders, the camera flash was to the right, and in Apple's it's actually below. Yeah,
and the volume buttons.
Yes. So I thought you were totally off on that, and I just wanted to call. That was for on leaks. He put me up to this, so I just wanted to let you know that
the flash was a little bit to the right. It's okay. Mark the whole thing wrong, okay?
I will. Yeah, I was gonna make sure. I was gonna specifically credit on leaks with the co-edit on that one. What the hell, on leaks? What's wrong, dude? He's such a little piss baby. Like, no, he literally is. He's a whiny little piss baby. Because. Dude. Listen, shit on John for the watch. Like, everyone agrees. I literally brought it up first. That's something where you will gain cred by having that take because it's completely fair. To go, every single part of the design was right except volume buttons and flash, so he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. Like, what? Even USB-C and iPad Mini.
Dude. That's such a silly way to handle yourself. Like, when someone's wrong, call them out. When they miss one detail, Prosser's not going to call you out when the volume button on your Xiaomi Mi4 that they make 700 of is slightly 3 millimeters up. Nobody
I think he's upset because he leaks annoying. Now is $20 fucking phones, Go phones or whatever the fuck. And so people don't care anymore. But so unprovoked, I don't fucking tweet him. I don't talk to him, nothing.
No. He just comes out of nowhere to shit on you. It's just
the other
childish.
day, I tweeted that I reminded everyone that I said a terabyte was coming to iPhone. I said that last October, and of course I reiterated that all year, saying that a terabyte iPhone Pro was coming.
Dude, you called it. That was good.
And someone was like, "Oh wow, good guess." Just saying that some point in the future a terabyte iPhone was coming, and then Steve replied, "LOL." So I linked Steve. I said, LOL, yeah, except, and I linked you. Because you had an article about how I specifically said iPhone 13 Pro.
Yeah.
And then he blocked me. So, like, he talks shit.
Steve blocked you finally?
Yeah, he talks shit, and then he can't take the replies, and then he just runs away. And he blocks me, but then continues to talk shit, so I can't see it, and so I can't reply.
Well, guess what, Steve? You can't block a podcast.
Yeah, he didn't block the Genius Bar account, so guess what? Fucking
you can't block
cocksucker.
Genius Bar podcast.
Okay.
Dude, he's just so annoying. Okay. It's just one of those people where it's like, dude, just grow up. Like, call the people out for the things they got wrong. don't go, like, don't stoop to the level where you're like, this minor change. Like,
Yeah.
you were the only one that showed us that iPad mini design. And the design looked exactly like what you shared.
I mean, even the details, like the weird ones, like why would there be a smart connector on iPad mini? Why would there? Because they got an updated like folio thing, USB-C in an iPad mini. Like, no, what?
Yeah.
And that was after we already got rumors and like Sonny Dixon posted dummy units of an iPad mini that had no design change.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so we got regular iPad, then we got iPad mini, and it looks fucking awesome.
Dude, I ordered one instantly.
You did?
I've had a coming to Jesus moment since our last pod.
Did you really?
Or a couple pods ago. When I saw Tim hold it in his hand. So today, I was doing a video for a sponsor.
Okay.
And to read the points of reference, things that I should hit on for the ad, I like to have something in front of me. I had my 12.9-inch iPad Pro, and I was like, damn, this is really big, but I also want more text area than my iPhone. And then I saw Tim in his really cool interview with iJustine that I made actually a video about.
Dude, you see everyone replying to us being like, because it's such a coincidence that last week we were having a conversation of, because there was a video of her showing up to like the Apple store and Tim not even looking at her. And we're like, I bet he doesn't even know who she is. And then this week he makes a fucking video with her.
Best friends. No, that's a huge. I look like an ass now. I'm sorry, Justine and Tim, for ever doubting you. That's 100%.
I feel like they did that.
I do apologize.
I feel like that's proof they know who we are because they did that just to spite us. Obviously, that's the only reason they did that.
What if iJustine and Tim Cook were in cahoots?
I think they are in cahoots.
I'd be in cahoots with Tim Cook.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Dude, he's so nice. Like, it was so cute. Okay, just one more thing I want to say about that video. The interview itself didn't really bring up any new information at all. But there was this really cute part at the end where Tim, I melted. I melted away when he said it. He goes, "Thanks for having me on your program." He said it to Justin. He goes, "Thanks for having me on your program."
He said it like Mr. Rogers would say it.
I know. I was like, oh, it's kind of cute. That's kind of cute, Tim. Okay. So he's won me over with that. And Tim was hyped up. He just launched a bunch of new products. He's probably gonna get a huge stock bonus sometime soon. It was fun.
Didn't he just get one?
Yeah, I think he's a billionaire, which is something I didn't know. For some reason, I just thought he wasn't a billionaire, but yeah, he's like actually a billionaire.
Of course he is.
So
it's Tim Cook.
That's pretty cool.
Can you imagine Can you imagine his exit bonus?
Oh my God.
They're just going to get, just like, here's all of this year's revenue. Here you go, sir.
God, it's going to be nuts. So yeah, he had the iPad, and I made a video about it because it's the first time we've ever seen a strategy where Apple actually showed the first hands-on through the CEO.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And we've seen more of these
we've seen like Craig
CEO
and stuff.
interviews.
They've done interviews, but Tim.
Yeah, Tim, and for him to only talk to Justine, that was a huge opportunity. She's got a great agent, or just her being her. I don't know, but props to whoever her on her team.
She's the biggest mascot, dude.
She is. No, she's the number one Apple fan, I would say.
She checks all the boxes for like someone you would want to work with.
Yeah, I completely agree. Very reliable, very reputable.
Her fucking iMac video where they gave her every iMac imaginable.
Yeah, no, she's doing a great job.
That was the tester. Yeah. They were like, if this goes well, she sits down with Tim.
Dude, I would love to sit. If Tim, again, open invite, please come on our podcast. We would love to.
Yeah, you can send us a tester. A couple iMacs.
They're like, here's a USB-C cable. You can do a review of this USB-C cable. But here, what I'm saying is that in the video, Tim Cook goes hands-on with it, and seeing him hold it and palm it with one hand, that's what sold me. I'm going to keep mine. I'm keeping mine just for doing sponsorship bits, dude. Yeah. Because I'm going to have a lot more room for sponsors.
Okay, moving on.
Why that's so weird. That's so weird and quirky. What were you saying, John, anyway?
We can discuss what you're talking about, but I can't until like a month from now.
We don't need to.
But speaking of sponsors,
let's discuss the best sponsor, John.
Do you ever sleep? Period. I guess that's a question. Question mark. That was the end of my statement. Do you ever sleep?
I usually do like an October to August schedule, and then I don't sleep all of September. So I'm like nocturnal.
Okay.
All of the rest of the year, but September I'm up every day. But no, generally I do sleep.
So by the time you start sleeping again, it's probably going to be a little colder.
I would say so, yeah.
So you might want to like lay in bed and have the bed be nice and warm and toasty and comfy.
Well, isn't that the best whenever you're like cuddling with somebody and then they get up and then you have all the warmth for yourself?
Yes. But what if it was like that but with nobody? What if you could pay for that?
Wait, is this part of the ad or are you just...
Nope, it's part of the ad.
Yeah, no, that would be great. That would be great, John.
You can pay. You
talking about Chili Sleep?
I'm talking about Chili Sleep. Now, don't let the name fool you, because Chili Sleep is a little pad that fits in between your sheet and your mattress. Okay, it's great. Now, there's a little pod that sits under your bed. You fill the pod with water. Okay, there's multiple pads they have. For any size bed, you can do a full bed. You can split it in half. There's like a couple one. They have an app, and then you select the temperature that you want your bed. And their name is Chili Sleep, so in the summer, you can have your bed nice and cold, which is the weirdest sensation. I talk about this all the time, about how, like, you know when you first get into bed and the sheets are nice and cool, they're like cold on your skin, and it feels so great. But then you lay there for just like 15 minutes and it starts to heat up.
It's a little hot, yeah.
Your body heat gets all trapped in there and you get all hot and sweaty. This is like the sensation of first getting in, but all the time. You wake up in the middle of the night, still feels like you just got in. The sheets are nice and cool. It's wonderful, but also in the winter months, or if you just got out of the shower and you wanna like lay back with your legs spread, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I do. You can heat the bed up and be nice and cozy. And what I do is I have a little schedule set up, so when I go to bed, it's at its coldest setting. Because I like to get in the bed real cold, all the way
ice,
cold.
Ice, baby.
But when I wake up in the middle of the night, I don't want to wake up freezing because my body temperature will have dropped and I'll be miserable.
Yeah.
So Chili Sleep knows that while I'm sleeping, start to warm the bed up so that when I wake up, I actually wake up nice and toasty, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, and you said Karina was trying it and she was loving the little bit warmer on her side.
So Chili Sleep sent one side of the bed. And now I have to buy another one because originally Karina was like, "Oh, I don't want it," but now every time she's like, "I'm cold. Can you turn the bed on?" First of all, what year is it? Why am I turning my bed on? What are we doing? And like, so she'll get like, because the bed's made, so it'll heat up, and the sheets, the comforter, everything will get all warm, and she'll just get in there, and then I'm like, okay, so I guess that's not my side of the bed anymore. I sleep over here now.
Knocked out. Yeah. You're sleeping on the equivalent. Don't sleep on the couch equivalent without Chili Sleep. Go to chillisleep.com/genius.
I'm sleeping like a Neanderthal, basically.
It's the nice little mooch that goes between your gooch and your
pooch. What?
And your pooch. Yeah. So go to chillisleep.com/genius. That's CHILLI sleep.com/genius. You guys get 20% off. It's great. CHILI SLEEP.
20%. That's a large percent.
That's genius. That is a large, and may I add, exclusive discount, so you can wake up refreshed every day with Chili.
It's one of the oddest things. Like because when they sent it, I talked about this before. When they sent it, I was like, I don't need that. Didn't take it out of the box. But once you try it, you cannot go back. Chillisleep.com.
Once you go Chili/genius,
you
never go back.
Oh, that's a good one. They can take that. You're welcome, Chili Sleep.
You're welcome.
Thanks for supporting the show. Okay, so yeah, iPad mini is amazing. I mean, you know that I hold my iPad when I'm recording Front Page Tech. That's like my thing. I always have an iPad in my hand.
You're going to get a new one, right? I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, did you order it?
Yeah, but it's for bedtime. It's my bedtime iPad. When I'm laying on my Chili Sleep.
Bedtime iPad for the show. Like you couldn't use the same iPad.
I could, but I just like...
You're rich, so is what you're saying.
Well, especially because I wear glasses, but during the show I take my glasses off, so I'm blind. So I need the bigger iPad to see what I wrote.
Oh, really? I feel like didn't you used to use an iPad mini though? No, you use the iPad Air now.
Yeah, I use the iPad Air. And so the 100% of the show is scripted. So if you're wondering why I'm holding an iPad, it's because the script is on the iPad.
Interesting.
I could just get a teleprompter, but no, the iPad's like my thing now.
I was gonna say a teleprompter for what you do. Like I have a hard time doing word for word stuff just because it's very hard for me to.
Yeah, I like reading right before I say it, so it's memorized, so it comes out natural and not like I'm reading something.
So you're more of an actor than I am.
Fun fact, I did go to acting school for that.
What?
Yeah, I wanted to be an actor for a while.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah, but I am a disappointment to my family because it didn't work. I didn't become an actor. This doesn't count.
I think you're far more successful than most actors ever are.
No, it's fine.
You're great, John.
Yeah, I'm getting an iPad mini, but it's for bedtime. because my phone is a little too small, but the iPad Air is too big to hold in bed. Like when you're just like this laying on your back, no.
Dude, it's great. For me, the Mini was the takeaway from the event. That was the biggest thing. What most impressed me.
I would agree.
That's what I'm honestly most excited for.
I would agree. Okay.
Next up
was the watch.
John, why don't you take the floor for this one?
Okay. I don't care what anyone says. We were right. Okay, I have a question for you. What do you think happened? Like, what does your instinct tell you occurred here? Were the leaks just wrong? Did we get tricked? What do your instincts tell you here?
I think John Prosser is a fraud and a liar. And I think he only does everything he does for attention. Oh, sorry. Somebody from Reddit hacked my brain.
Yeah.
I think genuinely.
Come on, I sent the check this month, Sam. Get with it.
I think you got confused. I think that was next year's watch.
I disagree.
Okay. So do you know? Do you know, or are you guessing?
I know. I mean, I'm convinced, if that tells you anything.
So what do you think happened? How the hell did we get such a departure to a literal new design with softer edges in the opposite
they went
direction?
Out of their way to say that it was softer and rounder. You fucking assholes. It was like
incredible.
When did they ever say that? It was like they did it on purpose.
I think they did.
So the production issues, remember we had reports just a few weeks ago that there were production issues?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was right in that moment where things got switched.
Really?
Well, if you notice, everything was wrong. Gurman had his head in his asshole, is what it looks like. But I think that's they made him look like his head was in his asshole. But I think he was right. He said that the laminated display was coming. We didn't get that this time. In fact, the glass is further from the panel now.
What? How do you know this?
Go on the Apple website. Look at the watch page. It shows you there's a flat panel. Scroll down the page. It shows the OLED panel is flat and it's deep into the watch. The actual glass panel is well above that. It's like this much. Like in that picture, the zoomed in picture. Yeah. It's not laminated. It's not closer. You can see that that flat panel that is in this watch was supposed to be in the flat one that we leaked. But instead, hang on, I'll show it.
Yeah, well,
scroll. No, scroll.
No, look what I'm saying. It's all over the edge right here.
No, scroll down, Sam.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going. Yep, that's not it. Keep going.
Here?
Nope, keep going. Trust me, just keep going. Okay, right there. See the green? That green line is the OLED display panel. Audio listeners, I'm sorry, you got to watch the show on YouTube.
The touch sensor?
Do you see how far down it is?
But look, it says the touch sensor has been integrated onto the OLED panel, creating one unified component.
Look, the actual glass, look how far up it is from that panel.
Oh, because it's thicker, because it's more okay, I see what you're saying.
So it looks like is that is the OLED display panel. The green line right there is the original OLED display panel meant for the squared off one that was supposed to be flat. And they had to make this giant ass glass dome to fit around it. Do you see what I'm talking about? It is not closer to the display glass like it was supposed to be. It's flat. The display glass is now massive. So
yeah, because it's more durable.
Also, have you noticed they didn't fucking talk about the chip? There's barely even a new model number. It's an S7 chip, basically an S6 chip. Which they confirmed it's essentially an S6 chip that handles heat better.
Did you see that the developer apparently this is 1-to-1 Sherlocked from Flick Type, and he's suing Apple because they literally Sherlocked him and kicked him off the App Store.
Jesus, ruthless.
So, I mean, that's the Apple Watch Series 7, dude. Like,
okay, Sam. The chip, Gurman put out an article months ago talking about massive improvements coming to S7. He said there were going to be improvements to the S7 chip better battery life, bigger battery. Do you remember the dual layer logic board?
Yeah, it was
not
a
fucking thing.
Double-sided chip, but that was from
not a
times,
thing.
I think.
That didn't happen. They didn't talk about the chip at all in the event. That's because it's a rebranded S6 chip. Chips that were already produced, which means there are mass amounts of real S7 chips somewhere else that they couldn't fit. That's what I think. What I think happened is they. By the way, I think it was Guillermo Rambo posted or he retweeted something where there's barely even a new model number for this watch.
Yes.
So I think a few weeks ago when the reports came out about there being issues with mass production, they couldn't fit the S7 inside with the double-sided logic board. They couldn't fit it into the squared off design. And they ditched it. They took the S6 and all they had to do to get everything to fit was redesign the glass panel to fit over the display. They already had the display components made, mass-produced. All the components were made. They just had to fit it. They couldn't fit it, so they Frankenstein this watch. That's why the outer casing is just the S6. The glass panel is redesigned, and they are so far behind that there is no release date for this watch. None. Mass production hasn't even started for this Series 7 watch, when usually people would have it in their hands next week on the wrist, but there's no release date because everything just got the squared off design didn't work in mass production, and they had to Frankenstein this watch. You cannot tell me. People are like, I know people. I've been seeing Twitter every day. People have been talking about how like, oh, we just all got tricked. Or like our sources got tricked. What are the chances, realistically, that you think that, I mean, if you don't like me, if you don't think I'm like a credible, leaker, that's fine. How did me, Kuoming Chi, and Mark Gurman all say the same thing? You know for a fact that the three of us do not share sources. If that was true, I would be as accurate as Mark Gurman.
Yes.
That is not what happened. You can't tell me that we were all fed wrong information and that our sources were tricked. Somebody put up a good theory, was like, maybe it just got lost in translation. Maybe our sources misunderstood how flat it was going to be. I don't think people understand that our renders were not based on what sources said. Physical watches were made. We saw the casing. We have images of it.
I saw the casing.
Yes, you saw real images. We also had CADs.
Yeah.
91 Mobiles put out the CADs. We weren't guessing. It wasn't just speculation.
Yeah,
it wasn't just our source saying, "Hey, I think it's going to be flat." We fucking saw it. There are physical versions of that watch, of what the renders we gave you. It's not just a render. There are physical versions that exist in Apple Park right now.
I'm looking at the casing. I'm looking at the casing right now. And it does not look like the watch that we got.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to tell me that, I mean, people can find it hard to believe because they're like, oh no, because it takes forever to make advertisements and there's no way they did this all last minute. I will give you something else that proves it.
I was just going to say, because that would be my counter argument, is you're saying that they reshot the event. They redid all of this.
Sam, I will blow your mind. You want me to blow your mind right now? Pull up the Apple event. Pull it up. I'll show the screen.
Pulling it up.
I'll tell you exactly where to go. Okay, I need you to go to like the actual event itself. Yeah. Now go to where it shows iPad mini. Go to the end of iPad mini. We don't even need volume, okay?
Perfect. Are we going to get copyrighted for this?
No, we're just going to show a few seconds. Go to the very end of iPad mini.
There's like 3 seconds
Yeah,
left.
there's Tim is supposed to be at the end of iPad mini.
There we go. Back to Tim.
Okay.
Here we go.
Now pause it right there. Pause it. Okay. I will cut to you, Sam. I'll cut to us. Keep that on the screen. In Apple events, especially the pre-recorded ones, they have amazing, like everything is so strategically planned. There's crazy transitions. You know the really cool transitions?
Yeah.
Where they go from one piece of the event to the other? Okay, Press play on that. They're talking about iPad mini. Tim is talking about, this is iPad mini, the greatest, whatever. And then they go to the watch. Watch this. Jump cut, dude. They reshot that. That was added last minute. There's no cool transition. It is a fucking jump cut. Like a hard YouTuber jump cut. They just jump cut to it.
All right, let me see how they transition from Apple Watch to iPad.
It transitions from a commercial. So the last part of Apple Watch, go to the last part of Apple Watch. It goes right. They play a commercial for it, like one of their promos, and then it cuts back to Tim. Not a transition. It goes from like a commercial to Tim.
It goes from this to Apple Fitness, and then from. I'm trying to skip around so we don't get copyright struck. I'm so paranoid.
See, so that's a fucking transition.
I'm working on a counterpoint.
Go ahead.
Okay. iPad. Here, this is a separate product. So this is the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Back to Tim.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. You see the transition? Dude, for the watch, it went from Tim to Tim. It was a jump cut of him on the same stage. It was a hard jump cut of Tim on the stage talking about iPad mini to a hard jump cut of Tim Cook on the stage talking about Apple Watch.
I need to hear audio.
Okay, go ahead.
With the even more capable new iPad and the phenomenal new iPad mini, our iPad lineup is the best it's ever been. Next, let's talk about Apple Watch.
Oh, I kind of see it now.
Sam. You cannot tell me that this wasn't thrown together last minute.
I can tell you that, and I will tell you that because that is a good piece of evidence, but that is not enough. We need someone
That's fine, but I am
from
convinced.
the cinematography team to confirm it. We need a source on the cinematography team.
How are they going to confirm it? So I have had sources
that will tell us.
I had sources tell me that too. Not this part, but that obviously it was scrapped because of production issues. But that doesn't confirm anything. That's just a source saying something. And that, to me, that's not confirmation. It convinces me, obviously, but like I can't make people believe the sources. Dude, the sources yesterday, when that was because they're obviously watching the event in real time too, they were so sad because they worked on this project every single day for a long time. And then the Apple event happens and they just go, nah. They in real time saw that the watch they worked on was not the one at the event. And they were very sad. It's a very sad thing.
I mean, you're like, I'm just scrolling through the event right now, just like trying to find any other instances. So
and
it starts out with Apple
You don't
TV
think
Plus.
they could shoot a cute little Apple Watch commercial in like a couple weeks? Especially where it could just be a render.
I mean,
Sam.
Listen.
Do you honestly think the watch we got was the plan all along? You think Gurman, from saying how impressive S7 chip was going to be, the better battery, all this other shit, all of that was just wrong the whole time? There are too many things that line up.
It is my job. It is my job as your co-host to play devil's advocate.
That's fine.
I have to. I have to do my journalist responsibility.
Okay, I want to clarify that the watch that I said was coming did not come out. So I'm still wrong. I'm not trying to work my way into being right.
No, I know. But you're rightfully trying to provide an explanation, which is what everybody wants, and I appreciate that. I am playing devil's advocate to say it's an interesting idea, right? And I don't necessarily not believe you. I just need more than a transition that confirms it. You would say
the transition, the production issues.
You would say the production issues.
The screen not being, all the Gurman stuff being absolutely incorrect. You think Mark Gurman was wrong the whole time? He's fucking Mark Gurman.
Gurman didn't say flat edges until 2.5 weeks ago.
He's been saying flat display for a month. 2 months.
No, he said a laminated special display, but he
said that originally, yes, but he said flat display like a little bit ago.
He very carefully did not say flat edges until like 2 weeks before the event, and I paid attention to that, and he never ever said it until like 2 weeks ago.
But wouldn't he say that if he said that right before the event, meaning that he was probably most sure about it in that moment?
Yeah, no, I'm saying
same thing as Ming-Chi Kuo. Kuo Ming-Chi. He said
Kuo
Kuo even said the production issues were due to the new design with flat edges. Dude, Nikkei, when they put out the report saying that the production had been halted, they said it's because it's a significantly different design than the Apple Watch has ever had before. Nikkei said that. They said that's why production has been halted.
But John,
they have made how many of those round fucking watches? You're telling me?
No. Let me tell you this.
You're telling me there was production issues fitting parts into the same casing they've had since 2016?
Let me bring this up.
Go ahead.
The Series 6 has a new. Are we on Series 7? Are we on Series 7?
Yeah, we're on Series 7.
Does have a different rounded design though.
But it does. The pieces in there don't fit differently than the past.
But I'm saying so you're saying they basically came up. It's hard to believe that they re-engineered the watch.
Dude, I'm not saying they re-engineered the watch.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
That they re-engineered specific parts, yet still don't have a ship date. If they were having issues with the Series 7 and they didn't announce a ship date, why not just full send that and say it's coming sometime? Because that's what they already did. That's
basically what they did. They said it's coming sometime this fall.
So why change? What's the incentive? Why would you rechange everything if it's still not shipping on time? If the goal is to ship on time, why not just ship late? Because the new design.
Because obviously they couldn't get it. Wasn't. I feel like it was an issue they couldn't solve quick enough to be able to ship it anytime soon. Because they do have to meet the quarterly earnings. This is included in quarterly earnings. That's the big part of this. I guess that's a piece of the puzzle I didn't mention, but. Of course, to shareholders, the Apple Watch is part of this quarter. It's part of the quarterly earnings, and they have to have it out. I think the issues were obviously significant enough where they realized that to solve this, they're not going to have it out in time for quarterly earnings to come in. So what do? You use the casing that you already have the machinery for, that everything works for mass production. You pull the display glass up like a centimeter or two, and you fucking ship the watch. That is the display in this is obviously the one that was supposed to be in the flat-edged one. They already have those panels mass-produced, and they couldn't fit. Obviously, also they couldn't fit this dual-sided S7 chip in there. That's not even in there. They have a rebranded S6 chip in. They didn't even mention the chip at the thing. Also, all these rumors about better battery life. Nope. At the event they just said same all-day battery life. No different.
The chip is not any different. The chip, it's the same speed as the Series 6.
That's what I'm saying. And that goes against all the S7 rumors.
Gurman also said there would be upgraded cellular as well. Mm-hmm. No upgraded cellular.
That's what I'm saying.
Wi-Fi. No upgraded Wi-Fi.
This is how they're able to just kick up mass production next week to just ship a fucking watch. Because the parts are already done. The machinery's already done. Just ship the same chip. All they have to, all the display panels are already done. They obviously can't just like take a loss on all that. So what do? You fit it in the round casing and you make a little bubble display panel or a display glass to fit around it so it fits.
So hypothetically, there would be some set of humans in the world that were assembling the Series 7, right?
Yes.
Can we find one of these people that were they've saw the design?
They've already spoken up. Kuo spoke up. The Nikkei said that this was a significantly different design, and that's why they couldn't fit the parts. What we got, is not a significantly different design. That's not it.
But it is a form factor redesign.
No, it's not a significant redesign where they couldn't fit the fucking parts. You think they had manufacturing issues and couldn't fit the parts in the same watch they've been making for fucking 18 years?
I'm telling you this, John. I'm telling you that Kuo said form factor redesign, and
he literally explicitly said flat edges.
I don't remember Kuo said flat edges.
Yes.
Did I write about this?
Okay, in the look up articles about where he said that
Apple
the
Watch
production
Series
issues
7
had been solved
on schedule. Says Kuo. We believe that the Apple Watch Series 7 production delay will not affect the schedule. That's a direct quote.
Where did he say that it was coming, that it was being whatever?
I can pull up his research note right here.
Okay. All right.
Here we go. Translate text.
Okay, quote. This was on September 10th, Sam, okay? The key selling point of Apple Watch 7 is the dramatic change in design, which is the most significant change in the design of the Apple Watch ever, with the flat edge and narrow bezel designs. That is a quote.
That's a direct quote. That's a direct quote from the research note.
Yes.
Let me verify that on my end of the research note. It says the panel module quality was affecting it.
Mm-hmm.
I am not seeing. You said it was September 10th?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm on. Hey, I'm still looking. Yeah, okay. Significant design change. Okay. Flat edges and narrow bezels for the first time. Okay.
That's in a Glow
research note a week ago.
He said the most dramatic change in design in the Apple Watch ever. This is not the most significant redesign in the Apple Watch ever, what we got yesterday.
Well, it doesn't have flat edges. And it does say, quote,
it's not a significant redesign, though.
It does say, quote, flat edges. And that was Glow a week ago. So
yes.
you have a point. Now, listen, I want to be clear here.
You think we all got tricked or like... you have the fucking pictures. It wasn't like a lost in translation thing.
No, listen, I'm doing this to be fair and balanced, as they say.
Well, you're going to make me have an aneurysm.
But
this is going to happen.
First of all, people want to see this. They don't want to see me go, oh, John, you're right.
Yeah,
wow, buddy. You got bamboozled.
And it's more entertaining with me screaming.
Here's the thing. Do I believe that you intentionally misled anyone ever? Nope. Just to be clear. Do I believe that Gurman intentionally lied to people? Nope. Do I believe that Guo intentionally lied to people? Nope. I'm saying I don't think you were lying and something did change. I just couldn't tell you when. And I think you've got a very sound theory.
I can tell you when.
I just want more. I just want more evidence, John. I want more evidence.
There's so many pieces of evidence. I feel like we have more evidence than we're ever going to get because obviously Apple's not going to come out and say, oh yeah, we fucked it up.
I just want somebody to come forward that can be like, I got a picture of me working on this, or like there's some document that says when it changed, like just something, not like a picture or just like an engineering supply chain note that's like, hey, these orders start making this thing instead of this thing. Like I think you're right. I think something did change. You made a compelling case.
The best piece of evidence is that the watch that we saw yesterday isn't even produced. It's not produced in mass. Mass production doesn't start for this watch until next week. So Apple did briefings yesterday for the event. That's how I put out embargo dates. So 9 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday is iPhone 13, and then 9 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday is iPad mini. They were not, the Apple Watch was not discussed at all.
None of them have it. None of them have it.
Well, not even that. Obviously, they didn't get one. There's no embargo for it, but it wasn't even mentioned to them. They completely steered clear of talking about Apple Watch. There's no estimated date. If this watch was for sure coming out next month, if it was mass produced and done, they would have said that. What's
the official release date for the watch?
There is none, Sam. They said coming later this fall.
Available later this fall. So that's the official release date.
Do you realize how fucking scary that is? They are so lost in this that they said the same shit they did about AirPower. Like they had no choice. They cannot say when it's coming because they don't know.
So you're okay. So your final take on this, because we're talking about shareholders, we're talking about investors, we're talking about ship dates, we're talking about designs that are accusations of being fake. You're saying that Apple was faced with the situation with the Series 7 essentially being unproducible due to issues at scale.
Yeah.
They made a last second change, and you believe, just so I have your statement right, that it was less of a risk to re-engineer some parts of the current design and make some small modifications and a mini upgrade and redo a bunch of stuff and still be late than just try to sit down and solve the issues with the Series 7 that are at large.
Yes, that is my case. because
Okay.
Well, we can't tell
that's
you
fair. That's fair.
Only Apple knows how significant the challenges were. Obviously, I think that they were challenging enough. There were big enough issues to where they didn't know a way to get it out this quarter with that flat edge design. I think there's so much evidence about, especially them. This is like a Frankenstein watch. It's new parts plus old parts, and it's much, much easier to fit, like, especially with that new display panel. It's much easier to fix the outside of the watch than re-engineer the inside of the watch. I think they couldn't do that. I think the challenge was, we don't know how to engineer the inside of this watch enough at mass scale, so instead we're just going to make the outside bigger. And that's all they did. They can use the same machinery as Series 6.
Listen, there's nothing new in this year's watch at all.
You don't think it's weird that it's a rebranded S6 chip, that there's not even a new model number for this watch? And
no, I do think it's weird, John. I literally said in my first reaction, where I'm usually the most excited and least critical of new products, I literally said they have run out of ideas for the watch. This doesn't make sense. Yeah. I literally said that 2 hours after the event. I never say that about a product.
I also think I think that the change happened. So I think we were told a little bit late about production issues, is what I think happened.
Okay.
I think that trickled down through sources and got out to the public a little bit later than what actually happened. I think something catastrophic happened in between when the 91 Mobiles CAD came out, and then the first leak that we got that said 55 millimeter, 41 millimeter. Was that it? Or
41 and 45.
Was that it? What did I say? 55? That's huge.
Yeah, that's
I think something catastrophic happened in that time. I think what happened was, because the 91 Mobiles CADs, we didn't have a millimeter measurement for our renders. The 91 Mobiles CADs did give a measurement, and I don't think it was a millimeter larger. I think maybe the display panel was. I think that something catastrophic happened in there where they had to take the parts and make a bigger casing to fit those parts, and that's where we got an extra millimeter. I think it happened in there, and then it took a little bit of time to trickle out to us. I don't know.
I think that's likely. You've convinced me that that's the most likely case scenario. I want somebody from the watch team to reach out to you and be like, I heard you guys on the podcast. I'm on the team. Here are my credentials anonymously. That is exactly what happened. That's all I want. I mean, I just want somebody that was like an engineer on the watch.
But I've been told that by the people that worked on the project. But to me, that's not enough to give people, because that's just as believable as a watch that I told you was coming out that's not out. Now, telling you, hey, my sources said this, to people, they could go, well, your sources also said this last week, that we were getting a flat watch. So that means nothing to the public. So I have to offer other pieces of evidence that are publicly available to you to convince you. At this point, I can't say, well, my sources said.
That is the transition. Very interesting, very coyous.
Is very lazy.
As they say. You know what, John? Apple should have just had insurance for the watch.
They should have. I think so.
If Apple would have used Policy Genius, who's our next sponsor today.
Maybe home insurance.
Maybe home insurance from Policy Genius. Yeah. Because, guys, summer's coming to an end and the leaves are about to fall. And while Mother Nature does her thing to prepare for the new season, you can do yours by seeing how much you could save on home and auto insurance. John, tell me about Policy Genius.
Well, the really easy thing about Policy Genius is that you just go to their website and everything is handled for you. Like, they do all the research. You don't have to sit down and look at all the insurance companies out there and compare quotes and write them all down. Oh, it's such a mess. No.
Yeah.
Policy Genius, all that work is done for you, and that's why you go with them. Not only, and you would think, Sam, that sounds so convenient, right?
It does.
And usually you have to pay for convenience. You would think that, oh man, if some other service is doing this for me, I probably have to pay double, triple what I would have to pay.
Absolutely.
Nope. On average, Policy Genius customers save about $1,250 per year because they worked with Policy Genius.
Wow, over what they were paying for home and auto insurance.
Yeah.
Wild. They've saved new customers an average of $435 a year, dollars USD, on auto insurance, and $350 a year new customers an average on home insurance.
It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
And
that's
listen,
pretty crazy.
I mean, I know a lot of people personally that don't have home insurance.
Oof.
Yeah, because they're like, my home is already so expensive. It's just why add an extra cost? I'll just be really careful. Well, you'll be sad if a fire happens or you get burglarized. no one needs insurance until it's too late is the problem.
Yep.
So just take care of it now. Go to policygenius.com and check it out. They will handle everything for you. It's very, very simple, very easy, and you'll have peace of mind. And peace of mind is priceless, Sam.
It is.
I'll tell you that.
Imagine if Apple for the Series 7 would have had peace of mind. Maybe they should have started production. Maybe they should have worked with Policy Genius at policygenius.com.
I think they should have.
Policy further in operation.
Yeah,
all right,
I think so.
Policygenius.com. Get started right now. Just answer a few quick questions. They take it from there. They'll compare rates from America's top insurers, from Progressive to Allstate, to find your lowest quotes. Policygenius.com. Go check them out right now.
Thank you to Policy Genius for supporting this episode of Sam,
The Genius Bar.
Awesome. Okay, let's talk iPhone
John.
13.
Yeah, we're done. We're done with the watch. We're moving on.
Everyone who's watching the show, audio listeners, you can't really leave a comment, but if you're watching on YouTube, did we convince you? And by we, I mean me, because Sam's not playing my reindeer games.
Nope, I'm not. I'm not going to be a sheep, John. Why be a sheep when you could be a lion?
Sam was the lion. But you should be a sheep.
I should. All right, John.
Also, I just want to follow up. Currently, behind the scenes, we have no idea if this is just outright canceled, the design that I gave you, or if it's going to be next year's watch. Like if they'll make it work for next year. Because I don't know how bad and how catastrophic and how challenging the issues were for mass production. Who knows? It may have convinced them that they can never make it work, and it'll just never come. That design will never be a thing. So if I hear that yes, it's been pushed back to next year, I'll let you know. If I hear that it's never going to be a thing, I'll also let you know that.
Cool. I just texted you the name of the episode because I didn't want to forget it.
Okay.
Anyway, as we move on to the iPhone 13,
okay,
I want you on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the greatest, 1 being the least great.
Okay.
What would you rate the iPhone 13? Based off of what you saw. We'll start with the 13, then go to the 13 Pro. iPhone 13, 1 out of 10.
Like objectively or like emotionally how I feel about it?
You pick, whichever one you want.
I get yep. I give it like a 7, 6, 7 out of 10.
6.5 to 7.5.
I mean, it is what it is. It's not like I'm disappointed. It met my expectations entirely. I did not expect anything major.
You were very spot on for the phone, to be fair.
Yeah, we put the CADs out for that. The first time anyone has ever just publicly put CADs out.
Cool. Very cool. Pros? What'd you rate the pros?
Same.
Oh, I'd go higher. I'd go a point or two higher on the pros because
Why?
the sweet spot this year is the $999 iPhone 13 Pro. That's the best value in the lineup this year.
Why?
Because between $799 for the iPhone 13 and $999,
Yep.
and $999. And
all right. Thanks for watching the show, everybody. We'll see you next week.
God, I'm falling asleep. And $999 for the iPhone 13 Pro. For $200 more, you get essentially a screen that is twice as good, a significantly upgraded camera, and much better 3 hours of extra battery life. That to me is worth $200 any day of the week.
Sam, can I tell you something? Can I make a confession?
Yeah.
I, for the first time, am considering getting the regular model.
But why?
Because
I don't think Apple made a compelling case for it this year.
Well, for me, I am leaning my heart is very curious about the Mini. And they don't sell a Pro in that size. And this is the last year for the Mini. And so like if I ever want the Mini, I know if I ever want the Mini, now's the time to
John, it's too tiny.
There is no Mini next year. You're probably right. So on Friday, I'm pre-ordering 3 iPhones. I'm ordering Karina's 13 Pro Max. I'm ordering a 13 Pro for me and a Mini. And then whichever one I don't want, I'll just ship it back.
Send it to me.
I'll send it to you. Okay.
John, you should come to St. Louis for iPhone launch day. We can make videos about it.
And then you can have you can break my iPhone 13 like you broke yours.
Oh my God.
Reusing your fucking joke with your stupid dummy
tweet,
units.
And you said, I'm gonna ratio him. I'm going to get more
I
likes on
didn't
me
say
calling him
that.
out. That's what you were saying in your little fucking twat brain. That's what you were saying. You said, I have 400,000 Twitter followers. He only has 36,000.
Wait, I don't have 400,000.
Guess whose tweet has been literally blowing up bigger than anything else in my entire Twitter history?
Is
John,
it mine?
I'm getting multiple mentions per minute.
About what?
About the phone, about it breaking. It's got 5.4 thousand likes, 350 retweets, 89 quote tweets, and 192 replies. And I'm kind of popping off.
So I didn't ratio you then. So why are you crying? Why are you calling
That's
me
what
a
I'm
twat?
saying. I'm calling you a twat because your plan failed.
No. It wasn't my plan.
And you're a little piss baby like the rest of them.
A piss baby, yeah. Just call me on leaks. That's like, you're a fucking asshole. You shit on me. We put out an article the day before the thing happened. How to watch.
I deserve it.
Dude,
I deserve it.
I went on The Verge. So I will, backstory. I went on The Verge and their top article was how to watch tomorrow's event. And so I was like, it'd be really funny if we did the same article, but just put a link to Apple. And so we did. We put here and we put Apple's website, a link to their website, and we went or here and posted the YouTube link and then said, you're welcome. That was the whole article. And we published it. And Sam got on my fucking dick once a goddamn week. When we put an article out on frontpagetech.com, Sam goes, I don't think you should do it that way. Every goddamn week. And this time he just came at the wrong time and was like, wow, great journalism or some shit. And I was like, dude, just read the article. Just click it. You were right there. It was a tap away. Click the article and you would see that it's a joke. We're just mocking everyone else. And then you went, oh, well, I take back my criticism. And I was like, well, who are you? On Leaks? Hey, Steve, is that you? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel better.
That's good. I deserved, like I said,
at first I thought,
that.
I was like, is Sam just joking? Or were you really trying to dick? Were you really trying to dig in my dick?
I thought you had actually written an article about it and I was upset.
And so what if I did? You're my friend.
Dumb. That's dumb. I'm going to call you
We're
out
in
for
the
being
same
dumb.
game, dude.
I didn't write an article.
When you write an Apple Track article, when have I ever been like, Sam, you shouldn't have written that?
Because it's always the top quality journalism. It always deserves to be written.
Actually, I did say that one time. You wrote an article about some fucking bullshit. What was it?
I don't remember. I don't.
You
write
posted an
articles about
article.
bullshit. Only the essential news. That's why people follow my site.
No, you posted some ridiculous article, and I was like, why did you write that?
All right, Mr.
You remember it was like a
Wallpaper.
couple of weeks ago?
You're posting wallpaper.
How
You're
many
wallpapers
fucking
all the
views
time.
those articles get? Do you know?
Yeah, John.
Oh
I know
my
because
God,
I do
dude.
wallpapers too.
I did. Okay, so I did. We covered the whole event yesterday, right? The number one article from the whole day, 100,000 views, is the wallpaper.
I just
The
don't
wallpaper
know
article.
how do you get that much traffic on your damn site?
I don't know.
It honestly, my criticism probably leads from envy again. Because like
Why?
Apple Track has never done numbers like
Dude,
that.
I will write.
And you
Next time, dude. You know how Luke Miani has an account on Apple Track to write? Make me a fucking account, and for the next event, I will put appletrack.com how to watch October Apple event, and boom, golden. You're golden.
Maybe you can get verified that way, bud.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah, that's
God.
another fucking thing. FrontPageTech.com got denied for verification. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm actually so. That's
They were
not
like,
fair.
they said that I couldn't provide proof of ownership. Dog, in the thing, in the description or in the bio, it says created by John Prosser, and which my account is verified. The email that I submitted the verification thing through was john@frontpagetech.com, and on frontpagetech.com there's a link to the Twitter. What do you mean I can't provide proof of ownership? Also, what do you want? What other thing do you want? Just be like, hey, can you send us this? And I'll be like, sure. But they're like, they gotta make me wait 30 goddamn days to prove that I own my own goddamn website.
Honestly, pop off, Queen. You've had a rough week. Keep going. Keep going. Who
Sam,
else is
I've
in
had a
Iron
rough
Sights?
week, and I'm just taking
had
it
a rough
out on
week.
you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to angrily read about HelloFresh. Today's last sponsor of the day. We're going to talk about more iPhone 13 stuff, but today's
But you
last
can't be
sponsor is
angry.
HelloFresh, because you know what? I like food, and I like HelloFresh food. You know what makes me really angry? Going to the grocery store and buying a bunch of ingredients just to cook for one meal that I need using one tomato or one bun, and then I have 8 buns that just go bad and become moldy. I don't need all that. HelloFresh gives you exactly what you need. 3 meals a week, 4 meals a week, whatever you want. For however many people you need to cook for. Exactly what you need. They're like, hey, do you need like a teaspoon of sour cream? They send you not a tub of sour cream that'll go bad in your fridge. They give you a teaspoon of sour cream to put in your recipe. They give you little cards to read. Everything is so specific. The instructions are specific. You can't mess up the meal. You cook the whole thing in 20 minutes to 30 minutes with fresh ingredients. Everything is shipped right to your door. It's amazing. It's amazing. And guess what? They have a special deal for Genius Bar. Is this podcast called HelloFresh or Genius Bar? For Genius Bar listeners, you could go, all right, to HelloFresh.com/Genius14. Is that it?
That's it, John. That's HelloFresh.com/Genius14 and using code Genius14. Make sure to use code Genius14 when you go to HelloFresh.com/Genius14 for 14 free meals.
That includes free shipping, by the way.
That's free shipping, which John has claimed. John loves it. We love HelloFresh here. We love HelloFresh.
You know what makes me more angry? Paying for shipping. And not with HelloFresh. It's free. If you use if you go to our link.
That's it. That's HelloFresh.com/Genius14.
I feel better.
Thank you, HelloFresh, for sponsoring this episode.
Do you think that read counts?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think that was a good one. I
hope
I
they
would buy
pay us.
HelloFresh.
I hope they pay us when they send the check. It's in all caps. They yell it back.
They're gonna be like, "This John guy, is he okay?"
Like I was like, they'll send us the check in all caps, as if numbers can be in all caps.
It's like Karina blinked twice.
Yeah.
Godness sake. Yeah. I mean, so that was the Apple event. I'm excited for the 13 Pro. The watch felt weird.
Dog. Cinematic video. Good Lord.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's nuts. How you can
Lord.
change focus in post. That's nuts. That's never been done before.
Dude, the footage. I mean, obviously they had proper lighting and all this other stuff, but like, the footage looked amazing. And ProRes video for the 13 Pro, which is why you need a terabyte of storage. You went against me. You said we weren't getting it. But go ahead, fucking add to my Apple track. Bink! Green! Thank you very much. All iPhones start at 128 gigabytes now. The Pros go up to 1 terabyte. Why are you laughing?
Can I speak? Because I'm about to talk, and then you're like, and then I'm like, and you're like, Apple track, check. John, do we need to go to like marriage counsel?
I think we should.
Aggressive.
I think
You've
we
been
should.
very aggressive.
Dude, every week. Go ahead.
You're just like, you're like on top of on leaks and everyone calling me out. Sam has to comment about my goddamn article on the worst week of my life.
Not my best friend. Sam, you are my best friend. Do you realize that? My best
really
one.
Nice.
You're the tippy top person.
Too, buddy.
You're like, if Karina's watching this, she's number one. If Karina's not watching this, you're number one. You know what I mean?
That's not how a best friend works. But
I know. Karina's always number one, but like if there's a person under Karina, his name is Sam. Was.
Aww.
Until this week, you asshole. You know who has never shit on me? Karina. Know who doesn't make fun of my articles? Karina. Oh no. Now you have no water.
Keep shitting on me. I enjoy this.
For audio listeners, he just dumped a glass of water on himself. You okay?
I remember the old Prawn Jostner.
Are you trying to make me feel guilty and take back my yelling?
He wouldn't leak the Apple Watch Series 7 and lie to us. I remember the John Prosser that would give us real leaks like the iPhone SE on April 15th, 2020.
Oh, I'm not a real person, and there's no real sources, and there's no real Apple Watch. Congratulations, you caught me.
This is what the app, Tim, this is what you're doing to us. You're driving us apart.
For real, every week when I edit the podcast, I look at our audio tracks because you can see the waveforms, and I try to see. I'm like, okay, that's good. We talked equally this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to look like that this week.
The loudness will also be a bit more severe.
It'll be different.
John Prosser.
Okay,
Dude,
Sam,
pouring that water on me,
for
I'm
3
tired.
minutes, I'm not going to talk, and you say whatever you want. Hang on.
I'm gonna take a nap. I can't go for 3 minutes, dude.
So,
I'm
you
like,
gotta
I don't
do
know
it.
why. I'm so tired. I'm so tired right now.
Stopwatch.
Oh my god. Okay.
Hey, look, it's green, just like my Apple Track score. Boop. Go ahead.
Oh, now it's red. Before and after John leaks green, after John leaks red. So here's the thing, John, and I speak for the people when I say this. You got to get your act together, bro. You have got to get your act together. All right. You've been taking this leak game, all jokes. You're up to the point where Mr. Marquez Brownlee, Marquez H. Brownlee, may I add, not to be confused with Joseph Robinette Biden. All right. 2 leaders of the free world, may I add. You're up to here, pal. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. So when you're out here giving us fake leaks, now Marquez Brownlee had made that video before the Apple event. So Marquez now said, oh, that's ridiculous. And if you guys watched Marquez's video on his second channel of the studio, you may have noticed that, well, for little Marquez and his team, they were a little bit disappointed that they had heard there was going to be a new watch and there wasn't. But you know what, John? This is not to you. This is to Guo Min-chi. This is to Mark Gurman. This is to 91 Mobiles. This is to probably like Trend Force. They usually say some shit about the watch. This is to everyone who said stuff about the watch. And this is a testament to the fact that things do change last minute. Because while it is easy for people like OnLeaks to call out these big gaffes, in which they are, may I add, in which OnLeaks rightfully called you out for getting the watch wrong, period. You don't even need anything to say about that? Yeah, thank you, little piss baby. I'll keep going. So when people like OnLeaks call you out, they are absolutely right. But here's the thing at the same time. OnLeaks hasn't leaked an Apple product in a few years because OnLeaks was doing some shady things with leaks. OnLeaks was doing some real shady things. In fact, at one point when I was inexperienced and didn't know what I was doing, OnLeaks had asked for money for an Apple leak. OnLeaks had asked for money for an Apple leak for me. Yep. And based on what I know, John, that would not be allowed. And this is a story, by the way, John. We've been sitting on this for a while, but this week I've got no holds bar. But don't you find it a little bit weird that OnLeaks was reportedly, based on our own experiences, if I'm correct, soliciting money for leaked Apple products, and now doesn't leak Apple products anymore? Doesn't leak them, but he'll call everybody out that still does it, actually, ethically.
Oh my God. Okay, it's been 3 minutes. I gave you 3 minutes and that's what you did? It takes 3 minutes for Sam to just flip everything over on its ass. On its ass.
Yes.
On its ass. Yes, that. Well, I mean, does anyone wonder where the Apple leaks went? I think his last one was the SE.
I think people had to stop
from like a while ago.
Yeah. Let me scroll up to my DMs. This is when he was shitting on my website.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Oh, I think our earlier DMs disappeared.
Disappeared? Yeah, that happened with me. I was inexperienced as well. And he said we couldn't talk on Twitter. We had to talk on some other platform, which is maybe why your DMs are gone, because we had to talk somewhere else. I think there was a timer on the conversation, so it self-destructed. You know, one of those. And at the time, I was like, yeah, I want that. Like, I forget what he did. I forget what he had. He had CADs for something and was like, wanted like a car amount of money.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, yeah, I want to do that. But then you're like, wait a minute, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. That was way early in my leak career.
Yeah. I can't find the messages, but
Of course, there's no proof.
yeah, that did happen.
It's just speculation. There's no proof.
It's just our opinion,
And
man.
we're not talking about Steve from OnLeaks. When we say OnLeaks, it's code for somebody else. You can't prove we're talking about Steve. There's no proof.
Yeah,
Could be anybody.
Could be anybody.
Yep.
No, it was on Leaks.
It was John Leaks.
John.
Dude, I should
don't
start
know,
a new account
dude.
called Dad.
You should
Leaks.
just tweet. I don't know, man. It's just everything's ruined. There's no watch. Everybody's fighting each other. There's beef. I mean, Mark Gurman's, I guess, holding up okay.
I have an update.
I don't know. He got a lot wrong. Okay.
I have an update. I reached out to Mark Gurman. You know, I gave an update on the last episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, you know, great scoop, great renders. The renders look great. And he was like kind. And I was like, okay, Mark Gurman and I are cool now.
Yeah.
I sent him a message after he replied and was like, hey, I just want to let you know, I really appreciate you getting back to me. I have proof. I was like, out of, you know, anyone in this business, I have the most respect for you. Said that to him. A real thing I said.
Mm-hmm.
Well, during the wrong stuff that happened at the event, the Apple Watch, Mark went through liking tweets. Like, there were people like, oh, John Prosser just ruined his credibility. He obviously made up stuff. He was talking about, like, he had CADs and images and just made up everything. And Gurman liked the tweet. As if the dude didn't say literally the same thing I said. Actually, he went further. He said the display was flat, too. I didn't even say that. I just said the edges are flat. And he liked all these tweets shitting on me. And I was like, Mark, oh, I thought we were cool. He blocked Ian on Twitter. And then later was like, that happened on accident. Have you ever blocked a whole account on accident? It's like 3 taps to block
he did it
somebody.
on purpose. I don't think that he did that on purpose. Don't think he did it on purpose, John.
I don't think
Mark Gurman's a bad guy.
I don't think he's bad either. I thought we were cool.
I can't find.
Made up.
I can't find. Well, he did like a couple. You know, he maybe liked an OnLeaks tweet that was maybe negative, but
yeah, he. This was a shocking event because he said that there's going to be another event, probably in October, that has Mac and iPads. That's not I mean, the event might happen, but the iPad part was wrong. iPads came in this event. His design leaks for iPad 9 were wrong. His leaks for Apple Watch, most of them, all wrong. The display's not laminated. There's no S7 chip with crazy upgrades. No dual-sided.
He did get all
whatever.
the watch faces right. He did get the custom watch faces all right.
That's okay. That's another thing.
Which is pretty impressive.
That's another piece of evidence towards my watch stuff. Of course, the watch faces are included because it's the display panel that's supposed to be in the square one.
Mm.
It's like they had to do that. They had to incorporate all that stuff, or else scrap everything. And so,
I thought
of course,
the screen was going to be flush with the square model, not sticking up.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. The actual OLED panel you saw the picture is flat in there.
Mm.
It's just
you're
the
saying
glass dome.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
He was right about iPad mini, that design. He said, okay, here's a weird one. He said that the iPhone 13 would have always on. It didn't have it. And then he went on a Q&A afterwards. He did a Q&A for Bloomberg. And he said, well, technically, he didn't say that always on was coming. He said that because it's LTPO, it's capable of that. But from what I know, always on, like on the Apple Watch, the LTPO panel goes down to 1 hertz. The LTPO panel on the iPhone 13 only goes down to 10. So they're not going to do always on unless that goes further down. So even that, is it capable? Sure. I guess it's Mark Gurman's very smart wording on everything. I don't know. But
no satellite connectivity, John.
No satellite connectivity.
I'm heartbroken. You escaped out of that one. You didn't say a word about satellite connectivity. You got
because I didn't know anything about it. I'm not going to say
so sure.
I'm not going to say shit I don't know. You know,
with just Guomin Shi.
I mean, that should be proof.
Just Guomin Shi.
That would be proof. If I was really just making stuff up and lying and just hopping on bandwagons, especially after Quo and Gurman say something, I would have been like, oh yeah, I know about satellite, but I didn't say shit because I don't know anything about that.
Other than that seems cool.
That seems cool. I would like it.
I don't know, man. So let's wrap with the discussion.
Okay, go ahead.
About leaks.
Let's do it.
Has Apple found a way to stop leaks?
No, I don't think so.
It sure seems like it.
I guess, yeah, if you take into consideration all the surprises at the event. So, like, it's weird because they weren't surprises, but they were. Like, we already knew the design for iPad mini. We knew it was coming. We didn't think it was coming at that event. I was, like, pleasantly surprised when they put iPad mini on stage. I was like, holy shit, that's really cool. iPad 9 didn't... actually, fun fact, I pre-recorded my fucking reaction to the Apple event. Didn't post it because it didn't. Even the night before, Sam was like, so what happens if like it doesn't go the way you want? I was like, oh, I have a contingency plan. I said that I pre-recorded it. But even that doesn't work because the stuff I said about the Apple Watch in my pre-recorded video didn't work. I did record a segment about iPad 9 in that video, though.
Nice. I had a feeling the iPad 9, if you watch my last minute leaks video, which I love that like I'm now seeing in the comments when I posted like my final leaks, somebody was like, this man gonna post one more last minute leaks, and I sure did.
Yeah, then right before,
and you sure watched it.
Yeah,
it was great.
That video did well, didn't it?
It did okay. The final did really good. It got 100, and then the last minute did pretty good too. But my big takeaway was that the iPad was out of stock and wasn't shipping for a month.
Oh,
so I was like, I could see that coming.
You tweeted that, didn't you?
I don't think I tweeted about the video, but I don't know if I tweeted that specifically. I can't remember. Maybe I did.
So here's my script for iPhone 13 event in blank minutes, right? Nothing about AirPods, by the way. Everyone thought AirPods were coming. I didn't include AirPods in my script.
Guo said AirPods were coming.
He said they were coming in the event?
Yep. He did.
Kuo Ming-chi. That guy?
Guo Ming-chi. He said on he said AirPods 3 coming at September 14th event on September 12th, 2021.
Dude, everyone's Apple track is going to take an absolute nosedive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I gotta do that still. I have not had any time. I've just been working on new content constantly. So I'm gonna get to it. It's hard to do this by yourself. And the site just doesn't make that much money. So it's hard to.
But it's an important resource.
I know it's not.
How many websites link to Apple Track?
I know it's not going anywhere. I'm just saying it's hard to justify that right now with my time constraints when like a video will just do better.
Yeah.
More, but the Apple Track's gonna come. It will. I just gotta give myself space.
Can I present you with an interesting theory?
Oh, you haven't done that this episode yet?
Yeah, this is a different one.
I'm really thirsty now. I gotta go ahead.
Do you want to go get something to drink?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Before we wrap up, I was talking to somebody from a very, very, very reputable publication. Like not talking down to any publication, but it's not like your regular like tech publication. It is like higher echelon news publication. Okay. And they presented me with a theory that they have believed for years that blew my mind.
Okay.
They do not believe that Kuo Ming-chi is a real person. They've been reporting on him for years, and they don't believe he's real. There's no accounts, social media accounts from him. There's no traces of him. There are like 2 pictures available online that look like deep fakes. For one, like look up Kuo Ming-chi on Google Images. There's a picture with a white.
Images.
Yeah, there's a picture with a white background. The dude doesn't look like a real man. It looks like a Photoshop or a deep fake or something. He doesn't show up to anything. His investor notes are through WeChat and like this very cryptic way to even get access to that. I mean, Sam, I told you how to get access to those, but that's a very well protected secret of the media. How to get access to Kuo investor notes because they want to be the first to post them. So it's a very well protected. Wouldn't it be some shit if we just told everyone how to do it live on the show? That'd be crazy.
We should do that at some point.
But it's a very well protected secret. And It's like he is the perfect balance of getting things right and getting things wrong, almost like it was intentional. Like somebody from Apple is like managing expectations and managing stock. Do you think he's real?
I did find it weird when I was putting Apple Chart together about a year and a half ago that there were only 1.5 images of him ever.
1.5.
And I say 1.5 because the other one's like 400 pixels by 600 pixels.
Uh-huh.
I do find that weird.
Another cryptic person is Ice Universe on Twitter, like a Samsung leaker, but there's even a picture of him shaking the hand of the CEO of Samsung. Like there was people around him. There's proof that he exists. I don't know. I don't know if he's real. Oh, I can't say it publicly, but did we ever say that we know who Cornex is or was?
No, you can't say publicly.
I definitely cannot say publicly.
But you did tell me.
For many reasons, yes. But a couple of my sources worked with Cornex on a couple things. And I mean, I don't want to give any hints, but it just, we know who he is, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes very a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense. And it was mind-blowing. It's not Tim Cook.
It's not Tim Cook, no.
It's unironically not Tim Cook.
Yeah, not Tim Cook.
That's all we can say.
Is that it for the show?
John, now you got me thinking about Guominshi. I always say his name wrong, and then one of my
I know, we've been trying to perfect the name of a person who may never hear us say it, because he's not real.
I don't want to be disrespectful. I apologize, Guominshi.
If you're real,
come on the podcast. Oh, I'm tired, John. I think we should go. My brain is melted from all this talk. I've gotten yelled at for an hour. There's water. I'm wet and cold.
You're wet and cold.
I just might have to take off my shirt.
Okay, go ahead. I'll make sure everyone gets to see it.
No.
Go ahead, bonus for OnlyFans after show bonus.
OnlyFans.com/iupdates.
iUpdates. Every time I hear the URL, I get a little sadder inside.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, we did.
All right, bro.
We have met all our obligations. We did an episode. We covered all the sponsors. We talked Apple event. I think I'm going to get the regular iPhone 13 mini. I don't know.
Crazy. We said I love you. We renewed our vows to be the best podcast hosts in history. So here we are.
I'll try not to yell at you next week, okay?
I love you, John.
I love you too, Sam. I'll try not to yell.
That's okay. It was actually really entertaining and fun. And like you said, I will do a lot of things for content.
You will. That's why you're all wet.
It was fun. It's fun.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. We love you.
Guess we're leaving.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for watching. Please rate us on iTunes. Please leave a review in the YouTube comments.
Rate us good. If you're not going to rate us good, don't bother. Okay, I see you guys on the iTunes charts.
Give us a fair review. Give us a fair review.
Don't listen to Sam.
Give us a fair review. It's from our producers.
Yeah, our producers. Do we technically have producers or nah?
No. Because they don't
people
have
that schedule all our shit for us, and like
they don't have control over our content though. Producers generally have content.
Yeah, they told us right before the show. They said John yells at Sam a lot in this episode to create internal drama. Sam dumps water on himself.
What if every moment of our lives was scripted?
What if it came out that this show was like that? There were people like we're puppets, and there's just people behind the scenes pulling the strings.
What if Sam Kohl is not real and I'm just a deep fake?
What if that's true? Dude, if I had the time tonight, I would definitely put that in After Effects and hope for the best.
John,
it just cuts away.
I'm Guominshi.
Just you peel your face away and then it cuts.
Just like put the image on my face. Don't even edit it.
It's terrible. Okay, guys, that's it.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. How do I have this? Bye.